Welcome to Oshi no Ko. Oh my fucking me. The first episode is 1 hour long and I have to simplify it. So you bastards who don't watch anime can get it and can catch up to what's trending. And I'm doing this because no one asked for it. Anyway, the anime starts off with this doctor simping for the 16-year-old idol, which is not totally weird at all.
16! Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Then this nurse told him about the news that the main idol is going on hiatus, and her sources comes from Twitter, which is already sketchy as fuck, and she hits him with the harsh truth that he's a pedophile.
Jeffrey Epstein intensifies.
Could you please give us your name? Jeffrey Epstein.
Then we get a flashback of this kid with cancer, being a fan of Ai, who is the main girl in the group. Then the cancer wished that she would be reborn as beautiful as Ai, so that she wouldn't have to worry about anything. Listen here, kid, everything is a lie. Once you enter adulthood, you have to pay bills, live on your own, and learn to deal with shit people, okay? Unless if you're rich, then everything is fine. Wait, what the fuck am I talking about? Moving on, the cancer dies and it's his mission to continue on being a fangirl to this fucking idol, which is dumb as fuck. How about instead of being a fanboy and wasting time, why not help people with cancer, man? So that none of your patients will experience what this girl experienced. This anime is dumb as fuck. He gets back to his office to interview a pregnant patient.
Kan u get pregante?
And it's the idol, Ai. He then gets out and eavesdrop on her conversation with her manager. Then the manager asks, "Where's the fucking father of your child, bitch? He better be coming back with the milk."
Women.
How dumb is she? Her manager is trying to help her, and of course, he's also saving himself. But come on, man. I think this bitch should be sent to Dr. Phil, along with retarded teenagers, man.
Send her to the ranch.
Anyway, he does some ultrasound on the baby and it's a twin. Then the manager asked the doctor for a solution and he said,
"Abortion?"
The doctor and the bitch meets at the rooftop. Then the bitch says that she's giving birth and plans to continue on living the idol life while keeping her kids a secret. And she also says that lie is the best form of love, because you never know what the person is going through as long as they perform on that stage with a smile. Then the doctor promised that he will ensure the safety delivery of her children. Months pass and the day of labor comes. He heads home to rest for a bit. Then a stalker asks him if he's the doctor of the bitch, and he proceeds to chase him into the woods and into this cliff. Then he was pushed from behind, just like that scene in 300. As he bleeds to death, life flashes before his eyes.
This feels a lot like hell.
Then he remembers the cancer saying, "What if you're reborn as a child of an idol?" Then the bitch has a safe delivery on her twins. Months passed and we get to see him being reborn as the bitch's kid. And his name is now Aquamarine, and her sister's name is Ruby. Then the manager shows up along with his hot bitch, and he gives her a middle finger. He then explains that she will return as an idol and let the hot bitch take care of her kids. We cut to them shooting a music video or something, and we overhear these disgusting corporate Disney bastards talking, where they don't care about this mid-idol group and they're
Only in it for the money.
The group started their performance, then blew Disney away, and we get a shot of the murderer nothing. Disgusting! Then we get a first interaction between the two babies, and they both figure out that they've been reborn, and they're both hardcore fans with their mom. What the fuck? This is literally just the boss baby, but with plot. So I'm guessing that the girl is the cancer, being reborn as the bitch's daughter. Moving on, the bitch goes back to shooting, and the hot MILF was left for babysitting. Then she shows her true colors, and she married the manager for them. She took some pictures of the baby products and plans to sell them to TMZ and expose the bitch for being a teenage mom. Then the boss baby pretends to be God, and they promise that she will be a full-time cougar if she helps Ai on becoming successful, and she agrees to help. Boring stuff happens where they talk about how hard it is to secure a contract. Then they go to their mom's concert and go viral on Twitter. And a year passes by and they grew up to be talkative little shit. And they go to this shooting where they get pampered, and the director Ridley Scott noticed how smart the boy is and explains to him the dark side of this industry. And he said, "Look, young Sheldon, everything here is replaceable, no matter how good of a talent you are. Just like the batteries in your mom's dildo. Once you're out of power, they'll just replace you with new ones." I'll just call him young Sheldon from now on, because he's a smart child actor. Then we go to this whole arc of him and Ridley Scott, where they made a deal that his mom gets more screen time in her show, while he gets to act in this low-budget movie.
Damn good deal.
Then another spoiled brat appears, and her name is Lil Tay.
Lil Tay, the youngest flex ever. the century.
where he slaps the acting scene and Lil Tay gets salty and cries. The movie gets done and it was nominated for an Oscar. And I, the bitch, got even more famous. The twins get enrolled to this preschool, where young Sheldon asks the cancer about her past life and she lied about being an adult. Okay, how the fuck is no one hearing their conversation? Look at this shot. You can clearly see that there are adults about a couple meters away from them. And listen on how she responds. She was clearly shouting. And how the fuck? Nah, it doesn't even matter. Then we get a flashback of Cancer being the cancer. Then Nai is trying to meet up with the kid's father, who left to buy some milk.
He needs some milk!
And we also get a flashback on her, where lying was always part of her. Then we cut to them preparing for the concert. Then the stalker stabs the bitch and she dies. Nice, everybody died.
Nice team, everybody die for one guy. Everybody die for one guy!
Everybody mourns. Then the concert gets cancelled. Then they were adopted by the hot MILF. Then young Sheldon used his big brain and wonders how the simp knew about their location. And with the process of elimination, he concluded that their father was the culprit on doxing them, who works for Disney. And he plans to get his revenge on both of their death. He then goes to Ridley Scott and apply to become his apprentice. Then years passed and they grew up as teenagers. The next episode starts where we hear the cancer monologues about her life, where she tries to audition to become an idol and follow her mom's footsteps, and how she keeps two secrets. She goes home where she receives a call from her audition and she was rejected, but it was her brother doing a prank call.
You just got pranked, bro!
The next morning comes where she was scouted to become an idol, but the hot bitch tells her, join our agency if you want to become an idol. I don't want you to get scammed by perverted corporate bastards. And she agrees. Then young Sheldon has a heart-to-heart talk with Ridley Scott. Then we cut to the twins getting enrolled to this prestigious performing arts school. Then a familiar face appears and it's Lil Tay.
My toilet costs more to your rent.
Lil Tay follows him back to Ridley Scott's home and invites him to be a cast on her show. Then Lil Tay tells him that the director is gonna be George Lucas. Then we get a flashback where young Sheldon hacks the bitch's phone and saw George Lucas' name in the list and see him as a potential father. He goes to the acting site to shoot the scenes. Then he eavesdrops on George Lucas talking and gets a DNA sample in his cigarette. Then we get a flashback on Lil Tay on how she became a child star and became washed at the same time.
Washed!
And says that this is her chance to get back to stardom. Even if the show has the lowest rating on IMDb, she will carry it on her back. The filming continues and the pair puts on a great performance. And the final episode received great ratings from Rotten Tomatoes. Then they go to the after party where the author shows up and thanks Lil Tay for carrying the show. Unlike certain shows in Netflix that gets a live action. Shout out to Cowboy Bebop and Death Note. Anyway, then George Lucas approaches him and thanks him for his performance. But young Sheldon already knows that he's not the father because the DNA results came in negative.
You are not the father!
Then George Lucas says, you look just like that bitch. Are you a fanboy of her or some shit? Sort of. By the way, how did you get to know the bitch? Well, we work on GAV magazine shoot, so it's common for me to see her naked. And she sometimes meets up with people from other industries.
Does he look like a bitch?
I'll tell you more if you join my new show called 90 Day Fiancé High School Edition.
Damn good deal.
We cut to the twins going to school where Lil Tay welcomes them. Then lame stuff happens, where the cancer goes to her classroom and meets a big titty friend and introduces it to her brother. Then a new bitch appears. Then young Sheldon rises on her. Lame stuff, we'll skip that. Then the twins go home and plans to build the Avengers type of idol group. And Lil Tay is the first target member. They meet up with a bitch to convince her to sign a contract to their agency, and she agrees. Then Sheldon goes to shoot the 90 Day Fiancé show, where the two girls watch online and cringe. He tries his best to act as a fuckboy just to get information about his potential father, for the sake of justice and the greater good. Then the two idol wannabes start strategizing on their idol name and how to gain audience. Then the hot MILF suggested that they should collab with the biggest, chaddest, philanthropic, alpha male, sigma male grindset, fitness model, most successful YouTuber, Logan Paul.
Hey, good morning, little guy.
Andrew Tate.
My dick can stay in my pants, so I'll just start beating this
Liver King.
I got my testicles in
The Bloat God, Kyriakos Kapakolak with a duck face mask. The collab starts where they do some bloat training for an hour non-stop. Then the pair introduce themselves as self-proclaimed idols, and their idol name is BTS, I mean Bikomachi, just like I. Meanwhile, Sheldon continues with the 90-day fiancé, and this bitch heard her manager getting chewed out by Disney for her sucking at acting.
You don't talk to me like that!
Then an acting scene came up where she scratched the bitch's face, and she gets slated by the internet for it and gets depressed by reading their mean comments on Twitter. Listen, stop using Twitter, man. You know Twitter is a shit place. Then depression hits critical level where she is beyond saving. Then she goes out to buy some food but ends up in this overpass where she tries to do the leap of faith, Assassin's Creed style. Then Sheldon stops her from going offline and bringing her back to her sense. The cast meets up in the police station to slap and comfort her, and they plan on reviving her reputation by posting some unreleased footages on Twitter to stop the haters from hating.
Stop that shit now! I love everybody! I love everybody! I love you!
Then the flaming on the internet died down.
I'm so proud of this community.
Look, it doesn't work that way. People will still flame you no matter what. Like look at Klay Thompson. After an atrocious 0 out of 10 shooting in an elimination game, people still won't let him forget that he shot 0 out of 10 and he is getting paid millions of dollars just to play basketball, even though he's a 4-time NBA champion. This scene is inaccurate. Moving on, the bitch recovers emotionally and plans to start filming 90-Day Fiancé again. Her new goal is trying to impress Sheldon by being his ideal woman and study how I the bitch is perfect. Then she impressed him by her acting, and it reminded him of his mother, idol, or crush. At this point, I don't know what the fuck his relationship to the bitch is, man. It's his mother, so I'll summarize it as incest. These two bitches keeps pushing on them to become a couple, and he walks out because he got hard.
I got a boner!
Then we cut to Lil Tay analyzing the bitch's performance on why she's a prodigy. Then we cut to her and Sheldon cutting classes and playing some cat while having a heart-to-heart conversation. Then we jump back to the 90-Day Fiancé set where the final episode is filming. Then a kiss happens to excite the audience and earn a lot of cash.
Tell them to bring me my money.
The celebration starts where everybody was gathered. Then director douchebag gives them an advice and says, "This industry is so scummy. Try not to get fooled by big scummy agencies like Niji Sanji, where they leak private letters just to make their talents look worse." We then cut to Sheldon talking to George Lucas, where he praises him for his performance in the show. Then he invites him to a sushi date next week to get more information about the bitch. Then the party continues where Sheldon sets the bar straight on his relationship with the bitch, and he says that it's strictly professional. But he commends her for her acting skills. Then they go home where Pokimane shared her thought on Sheldon and how she wanted to become an idol. Then Sheldon said, "Why not join our agency?" Then she joins the agency with Cancer and Lil Tay supporting her. Sheldon becomes a hotshot in the school.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing.
Then BTS Komachi 2.0 starts practicing on their first music video, Vivo.
England is my city.
We then cut to Sheldon and George Lucas talking about the bitch's past, where she enrolled in this acting academy called Lisa Ann and slowly grew to this perfect ideal artist who everybody loves. And George Lucas suggested that he should join the Lisa Ann Academy to improve his acting skills because he has potential. We cut back to the BTS, where Pokimane suggested that they should join JFK.
My name's Charmian.
I mean JIF, or Japan Idol Festival, where they could gain more Sims by attending this event, and it's easy because she has a backer. Then they decide on who's going to be the center, and Lil Tay declines. Then Cancer and Pokimane decides to battle it out in a karaoke booth, where they both can't decide the winner, and the pair ends up stalking on Lil Tay's music video, Sucker for Green. After watching the music video, the pair decided that Lil Tay will be the center. She acts like a tsundere and agrees with their decision. The training for JFK finally begins. It sounds like they're about to murder JFK. The training for JIF finally begins, and Duckface Bloat God helps them train their stamina and movements. Lil Tay opens up a conversation on Duckface Bloat God, where he said that he's a fan of hers. Then it gives Lil Tay some motivation to continue on being the center, and they continue to practice. Then we cut to Duckface Bloat God, who is Sheldon in disguise, where he talks to the original Duckface Bloat God, who is currently in the Bahamas. The pair can't sleep, and the Cancer talks about her past. Then Lil Tay goes down where she saw Duckface Bloat God did a face reveal, and it's Sheldon. The next morning comes and it's the festival. The girls were cramped up in this dressing room. Then Lil Tay starts acting nervous and proceeds to have a Vietnam flashbacks about her failures as a child actor. Cancer finds her and she tells her that she doesn't want them to fail along with her. But Cancer motivates her by saying it's okay because they're rookies. Then the show finally begins. The group sing Gucci Gang and It's Everyday Bro.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
While performing, Lil Tay has an existential crisis on the stage and was about to lose herself. But Sheldon comes to the rescue with his sick Fortnite dance moves and brings out the best of the group and stuns all the simps. As they head home, Sheldon and Lil Tay were able to patch their relationship with the help of the hot milk. Then Pokimane was able to grasp the situation that it's a love triangle. We then cut to George Lucas talking to this gamer,
This stupid ass game!
where he proposed a live action of his game, Tokyo Blade, where he wants a good-looking gamer boy and a hot female lead. Then George Lucas says, "Don't worry, I've got the man for the job. Now you owe me some hot bitches," and both sides agree.
Damn good deal.
Then we jump to where Sheldon and the depressed girl are dating, and they talk about Tokyo Blade where they got casted, and who's going to be the third cast joining them. Then Lil Tay shows up and she says that she's the third cast joining them. Then their rivalry since childhood continues. We then get a scene of everyone preparing for season 2, and Sheldon monologuing that he's going to find the culprit in the next season. This anime gets a 69,420 subscribers out of a Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast!